Welcome to another enchanting adventure from the world of Beatrix Potter. Today, we're sharing a special tale inspired by the mischievous Tom Kitten and his sisters, Mittens and Moppet. In this story, the curious kittens decide to explore beyond their cozy home and venture into the big, bustling town. But oh dear, things don't go as planned. Get ready for a story about bravery, getting lost, and finding your way home. This tale is perfect for young learners, with simple words and exciting moments. Once upon a time, in a pretty little cottage surrounded by a green garden, there lived a mother cat named Mrs. Tabitha Twitchit. She had 3 naughty kittens, Tom Kitten, who was the boldest of all, and his 2 sisters, Mittens and Moppet, who were sweet but easily led into trouble. One sunny morning, Mrs. Twitchit was very busy baking pies and cleaning the house. "Children," she said sternly, "you must stay inside today. No playing in the dust or climbing trees." But Tom Kitten, with his bright eyes and fluffy tail, whispered to his sisters, "Let's go on an adventure. I've heard about the town nearby. It's full of shops, people, and exciting smells. We can sneak out and come back before Mother knows." Mittens and Moppet looked scared at first. "But Tom, what if we get lost?" Mittens mewed softly. "The town is busy and noisy," Moppet added, her ears twitching. Tom puffed out his chest. "Don't be afraid, sisters. I'll protect you. It'll be fun." So, the 3 kittens tiptoed out the back door and scampered down the path toward the town. As they left the quiet garden behind, the world changed. The path turned into a wide road, and soon they heard the rumble of carts and the chatter of people. "Look!" Tom exclaimed, pointing with his paw. Tall buildings rose like giants, and horses clopped by with shiny carriages. The air was filled with the smell of fresh bread from bakeries and flowers from market stalls. But it was also loud. Horns honked, dogs barked, and crowds of people hurried along the sidewalks. The kittens first stood on end. "This is bigger than I thought," Mittens whispered, hiding behind Tom. Moppet clung to her sister's tail. "I want to go home." But Tom, ever the explorer, led them forward. "Come on, let's see the shops." They darted across the street, dodging feet and wheels. At first, it was thrilling. They peeked into a window filled with colorful toys and chased a butterfly through an alley. But then, disaster struck. In the busy market square, a loud bell rang from a clock tower. A dong, dong. A big dog barked nearby, and people rushed past, bumping into the kittens. "Run!" Tom yelled. The sisters followed, but in the chaos, they got separated. Mittens and Moppet squeezed under a cart, their hearts pounding. "Tom, Tom Kitten!" they called, but their voices were lost in the noise. Tom, meanwhile, had dashed onto a narrow street. He was scared now, his little legs shaking. The town seemed endless, a endless noise, endless strangers. "Where are my sisters? Where's home?" he thought, peeking around corners. He felt small and alone, like a tiny leaf in a big wind. Tears welled in his eyes as he huddled behind a barrel, listening to the scary sounds of the town. Back at the market, Mittens and Moppet were terrified. "We're lost," Moppet cried. "Everything is so loud and fast." A kind old lady noticed the trembling kittens. "Oh, you poor dears, are you lost?" She gently picked them up and wrapped them in her shawl. "Don't be scared, I'll help you find your way." The lady took them to a nearby shop where a friendly shopkeeper knew Mrs. Twitchit. "These look like Tabitha's kittens. Let's take them home." Meanwhile, Tom was still wandering, his tummy growling and his paws tired. He remembered the path from the cottage and started following his nose toward the smell of homey fresh milk and garden flowers. But just as he turned a corner, he heard familiar mews. "Tom, over here!" It was the old lady with his sisters. They ran to each other, purring and nuzzling. "We were so scared," Mittens said, "but we stuck together after we found help." Tom nodded, feeling wiser. "I was scared too." Adventures are fun, but home is best. The kind lady carried the 3 kittens back to the cottage. Mrs. Twitchit was overjoyed and a little cross. "Oh, you naughty kittens, never go to town without me again." She gave them warm milk and tucked them into bed. From that day on, Tom Kitten and his sisters learned to be brave but careful. They still had adventures, but always close to home, where it's safe and quiet. And so, dear friends, remember, the world is full of wonders, but it's okay to feel scared sometimes. Just like Tom and his sisters, ask for help if you're lost, and you'll always find your way back. The end.